Aloha, welcome to Unews for Friday, March 6th. I'm Andrea Linares. We begin today with the growing coronavirus outbreak. It has now killed more than 3,300 people, and there are more than 100,000 cases in more than 80 countries and territories. Here in the United States, Pennsylvania, and Maryland join the list of states with cases as the total number of infections nationwide, according to tracking by Johns Hopkins University, climbs to 239 with 14 confirmed deaths. Lorraine Caceres has today's update on this situation.
Global markets slumped again today, a growing sign that the outbreak will lead to a sharp economic downturn. So far, about $9 trillion has been wiped off global stocks in just 9 days. Back to you, Andrea.
Lorraine, thanks so much for that report. And more than 3,500 people are stuck on board a cruise ship off the coast of California as the ship awaits coronavirus test results. And today, they may learn their visit to the Centers for Disease Control is back on the schedule for today. This after he signed a bill that allocates $8.3 billion to fight the coronavirus outbreak. Janet Rodriguez joins me from Washington, D.C. with much more. Janet, what can you tell us?
Right, and there's been a flurry of activities here at the White House this morning. The original plan was for the president to travel down to Atlanta to the CDC, and once there, he was going to sign that funding bill that gives him $8.3 billion to combat the coronavirus. But first thing in the morning, that trip was canceled by the White House. The White House saying that the president didn't want to interfere with the work that was in the virus and to treat those sick people who have contracted the virus. Here is what the president had to say as an update to what's currently going on. The president will remain in Florida over the weekend. There, he would give us more updates on the coronavirus. We do expect the president to continue talking about it for the next few days, and the vice president, of course, will continue holding his daily briefings here at the White House. Back to you.
Thank you, Janet Rodriguez. And the fear of contracting the coronavirus also hitting home with Uber and Lyft drivers, especially those who have to drop off and pick up passengers at the country's international airport terminals. Viviana Avila in Chicago spoke to several drivers. Some admit that in order to avoid contracting this virus, they sometimes cancel a passenger's ride if they don't feel safe. Grecia Lastra has more. Some experts say classrooms in schools are virus incubators, and with the rapid spread of coronavirus, there is major concern around school plans. Peggy Carranza has more from New York City.
This organization, the current educational disruption is unparalleled, and disadvantaged children tend to be hit the hardest.
A lot of people are understandably concerned about what would happen if they do contract the coronavirus. The question many people ask is, how would they be treated in hospitals? At Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami Beach, they are preparing isolation rooms for patients who may have this virus. Aileen Del Toro took a tour of this facility and shows us what procedures they employ. Complicated process. And the growing coronavirus outbreak is unnerving for adults and even more so for children. So how should parents put their children at ease? Dr. Scott Needle is a pediatrician, and the race for the White House taking new shape today after Elizabeth Warren dropped out following that disappointing Super Tuesday finish. Now Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden are battling for her endorsement. The decision will be tough for Warren. Ideologically, she lines up with Bernie Sanders on many issues, but the focus for the Democratic Party is defeating President Trump, and many say Joe Biden would be the best choice for that. Meanwhile, in regards to the delegate count so far, right now, Joe Biden continues to maintain his lead with 638 delegates. Sanders has 563 delegates. A federal judge criticized Attorney General William Barr on Thursday for his handling of the Mueller report when it was released last spring, saying Barr's early description of break could have changed because a federal appeals court in California last week ruled that the U.S. government policy that required migrants to remain in Mexico while applying for asylum in the United States was a violation of both U.S. and international law. The court has allowed the policy to remain in effect temporarily. But as Jaime Garcia reports, the clock for the administration to overturn the decision is quickly winding down. Trump has declared a major disaster in Tennessee where at least 24 people were killed after tornadoes swept through. Mom is furious because because a school resource officer handcuffed her 7-year-old. The child with special needs had a meltdown in class and was sent to a mental health facility. This case in Clearwater is just one of several similar incidents that are drawing the attention of Florida lawmakers. Xiomara Gonzalez has the story. Utah's first medical marijuana pharmacy is open for business, but it's having trouble getting patients because of confusion with the new cannabis law. Linares reports. The Department of Health says 60 medical providers are registered with the program. Patients can only obtain a card after meeting with one of those medical providers who can diagnose them with one of the required medical conditions and can then certify their application. And when we come back, the stepmother... And welcome back to Unews. In Colorado, the stepmother of a missing 11-year-old boy is facing charges relating to the boy's disappearance. Letitia Stotch had a court appearance Thursday. Rafael Rodriguez has the latest. And in California, a 10-year-old boy was arrested after firing a shotgun at police in San Diego. Police say the boy became violent. A report by the Ohio Attorney General's office is shedding new light on the tragic death of a 14-year-old boy. Harley Gilly was the subject of an intensive 4-week-long search. On January 13th, his body was recovered inside a chimney. Giselle Robles has the latest on this investigation. In Mexico, the Catholic Church... And straight ahead, But first, when we come... Welcome back to Unews. Most people retire before they hit 74 years old, so never mind 74 years on the job. But one police officer in Texas has been protecting and serving since the 1940s, and he's still doing it at the age of 97. Meridi Marangi has this incredible story. He deserves to be honored and truly an example of being a hardworking individual, so good for him. That's all the time that we have for the first hour of Unews, but stay tuned for the second hour with Carolina Sarasa. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful Friday and an excellent weekend.